welcome back to my clubhouse. If you're new to my channel, you're most welcome into the clubhouse, and you're a returning viewer. Hey honey, you know what it does. But anyways, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and catch up with more videos. And please don't forget to switch on your notification bell, because you do not know when the girl is gonna post, right? Yeah. So today we're gonna have one of those educative videos whereby I'll be speaking about how to get your learners at your first attempt. Well, I am not an expert, I am not a pro at this, and I am just speaking from my experience based on what I actually went through throughout the whole process. And bear in mind, this is quite funny, but the girl had to write 4 times before she got it. Like, you know? But faith kept me, and trust me, I did this the legal way. While having a very strict and tough family whereby they do not really believe in bribe, and they feel like there is no need for me to buy a learners, I actually really strived and studied 4 times for a learners, people that actually passed it at first attempt. Trust me, it was not easy, especially because after failing, you feel like this is actually not for you. And I did have some anxiety and all that, because I felt like, why am I failing this thing the whole time? But every time I'm testing myself on the apps and changing my books and all that, I keep failing. Like, it didn't make sense. I passed on the apps, but I'm failing at the theater. So, at the department, I don't know why I say theater, but anyway, so okay, let me run you guys through the process of actually getting your learner's license. First thing foremost, if you are residing within Gauteng, and I've actually noticed that some of the provinces in South Africa, you have to like book online on Natus. I'll actually link down the link in my description box, and then I'll probably put up the name somewhere for you guys to know where to Google. And you must do your bookings there, because if you do like a walk-in, they are not going to accept you. But I do not know about the other provinces, so if you are residing within South Africa, you're gonna go down onto that website, and it's gonna take you straight to where you need to fill in your details. So first things first, you're gonna put in your name, your surname, your ID number, your email address and whatnot, and then as you go through, it's gonna show you which department should you actually book at. So fine, you're gonna look for a place whereby it is closer to your house if you're comfortable with that, and book. And then they're gonna give you like a date and time that they are open for, and then you're gonna just click on the spot that you wanna apply for. Then after that, you're gonna have to go and confirm your booking and pay the application fee, which is 108. It's non-refundable, so if you pay and you secure your booking but you end up not writing, just know that your money is gone. So you're gonna go to that department that you booked at. You guys must check your application, because they normally do write when is the booking expiring, in terms of you having to pay before you write. So you're gonna be given the time period, right? So you must go there with a photocopy of your ID. It does not have to be certified, and yeah, it can just be your ID. And then the money, they're not taking in cash anymore, so you're gonna have to go with your card and swipe. So yeah, that is just first thing foremost, that is security lock. Like, you just know that there is no form of bribery or anybody not allowing your application to not approve, because you will have the proof of payment. And they also give you the proof of application that you're gonna need for when you go and write your exam. So on the day that you're writing the exam, you're gonna have to bring 2 of your ID pictures, small ID photos basically, 2 of them, and 60 rand. Yeah, 60 rand to confirm your learner's license. So just bear in mind, this is only for when you do pass. If you do not pass, like the girl who didn't pass, it's actually gonna be well, you don't need it. Like, after writing, you're just gonna leave and go back home and book again, you know. I had to do that 3 times, but you know what, I'm so grateful that I got it. So that's what you basically have to do in preparing for your booking, for your slot, basically, because you're only securing your seat at the license department. And in order for you to actually prepare yourself to write the learner's license, guys, trust me, I'm quite upset because I bought this K53 book, and I did learn quite a lot, but it did not help me as much, you know. Um, it does have information that you need to know, but in terms of the examples test that they do supply in there is not there. Like, I felt like most of the information that was on the test was not in this book, and in the way that they were asked the questions. Some questions that are very obvious, for example, um, when people are crossing the road, what should the driver do, you know? um, that is quite easy, and it's in all K53 books, I must say. Like, such rules are there. But with the new K53 book, yeah, Renault, I think it is sponsored by Renault. A friend of mine borrowed me her textbook after she passed, and I had told her how I was struggling to actually get my learners. And she borrowed me her textbook, and after that, guys, with one attempt, that was my fourth attempt when I was writing, and I passed it. So if you are actually willing to buy a new book for your learner's license, I advise that you go and buy that book and not this yellow one. Not this yellow one, because I believe that it is old, and because now you are writing electronically on the computer, we are not writing on paper. The new book is much required because it goes hand in hand with the new technology that is developed in terms of writing your learner's license, right? Yes. And then step number 2 is that some apps that you can download either on your iStore or Play Store or anything like that are quite handy, let me say. And I did use majority of the apps that are there, and they did help a lot, even though here and there I would really feel like it is too easy compared to how it is in the license department test, you know, and how they set the exam for you. Like, the way, guys, I kept on passing the test on the apps, it was wow, it was crazy. But they were also helpful. So I would really advise that you actually study using the Ronald textbook, yeah, K53, and using a couple of apps, which I will also link down below in my description box. And I will just link in the ones that I feel like they are very, very helpful in terms of preparing you for your test, right? As people, we are not the same when it comes to how we study and how we get to remember the information needed. So therefore, because I am one who just studies by reading and like writing down, well, writing down first. Excuse me, doggy. Okay, I am one who actually like writes down and then studies like by reading what I have written. But in this case with the K53, the way it's kind of a bit challenging for you to write down, because there are signals and all that and the controls that you need to be aware of. You can't be drawing literally every picture. So I studied by reading and applying my knowledge into me actually being on the road and experiencing what I'm going through at that time, because it could be rules of the road or road signals or control, right? So I actually just studied by reading through the textbook, and it never changed. Like, all the time I was literally studying that way. So yeah, that's a bit of a challenge, but if you feel like it is best for you to write down, then so be it. Like, study the way you feel you'll be able to remember, and the way you will understand how they would actually ask the questions and what they want, because the questions are tricky. Trust me, they are tricky as hell. And yeah, there's always that thing whereby you have to choose one option. For example, in the test they would ask you a question. Let's say they say, when you reach a robot whereby the red light is flashing, what do you do, right? Then they give you 3 options that you must choose from: A, B, or C. Sometimes there's a D, but it's very rare now that I see in terms of the test, the actual test by the department and not on the apps. they would probably say that you must stop and wait till the robot turns green, or you must yell for any traffic coming by or pedestrians and then continue if safe. And then maybe number 3 is like you must wait and look for maybe a traffic officer who's gonna be controlling the traffic there, you know, something like that. And you have to like choose one option. You cannot choose more than one. You cannot choose like different options. And while writing the test, you are able to also go back and change. The invigilator will instruct you guys on how to actually use the test, so that you will experience once you get there, right? So with the test, you are going to find the 3 sections, which is going to basically be section A, B, and C. So with section 1 and section 2, B, section A and section B, it's out of 30 points, and then the last section, which is section C, it's out of 8 marks, right? So they're going to ask you 30 questions for section A, 30 questions for section B, and 8 questions for section C. And then section A is rules of the road. In order to pass the rules of the road, you must get 22 points. Meaning that if you get 21 and going down, your test is considered as a fail. It does not matter how much you got for the other sections. Anything below 21 from 21 is a fail. So anything below 22 basically is a fail. And then your section B is also out of 30 questions, and in order to pass it, which is signs of the road, you must get 23 for that test, for that section. And anything below 23, it's a fail. And then for the last section, which is section C, you are supposed to get 6 points out of 8, which is the controls. Basically, it's gonna like show you the picture of the interior of the car. So there they're just gonna ask you 8 questions based on that interior of the driver, right? And you must get 6 points to pass it. And if you guys get below than any of those mentioned above, then your test is considered as a fail, regardless of how much you got on the other sections. So my problem was that I actually got 21 for rules of the road, which was considered as a fail. And I had to book again and assign and do that whole process basically of paying 108 and always bringing my ID copy. And I kept on changing the department as well, because the first time I wrote in Kempton Park License Department, and then the second time I wrote in Eden Vale, and then the third time in Benoni. Like I was just, you know, trying to see if there's any difference or anything like that, but there isn't, honestly, because at the end of the day, your once you get to the license department, they require you to put in your ID number so that you can write the test that is allocated for you. So that's why for me it was like, it was actually pointless to change the locations, because I can still write at the same department and the same test will be acquired to me, you know. And yeah, well, the second and the third time as well, signals of the road, I got 22 out of 23. Like, why did I have to miss it with 1 point? That was my problem. Like, why am I forever missing it with 1 point? Fine, I get it. I basically got like 7 or 8 wrong, if that is the case, whereby I failed the test. But still, why am I always getting the same things wrong? And my mom advised me that whatever you see that you did not know and you just guessed, try and change your answer. And guys, I did that. Like the last test that I wrote, I don't even remember how much I got, because I didn't even see the screen. Like, I just saw pass. Like, immediately I clicked the end test, right? It shows you your results with the 3 sections, and at the end there's like ticks of like to show if you did pass or you failed. So I just saw 3 green ticks, and I'm like, you know what, honey, you are done with this. Like, we are done, period. I got my learners, period. And now I'm just going to learn how to drive and get my license. Yes. So don't be like Didi. Like, don't be like ooh, Mugel, yo, because wow, what a wow. I had to learn my lessons so many times, and I did not give up, which I'm really glad. I was so close to giving up, because I didn't even know which prayer should I pray now, because I kept praying about it. and I don't know why am I not getting this. And trust me guys, I put so much pressure on myself, but I am grateful that it's done. Like, that headache is gone. But anyway, I do hope that this video was really helpful for anybody who still needs to actually write their learners, or probably you also are like me who are struggling to actually get your learners at first attempt, and therefore change the way that you're studying, my love, and trust you will get that learners. And my best advice is having to get the new textbook, the K53, sponsored by Ronald. You can get it at any retail stores, because my friend said that she got hers at Pick and Pay, and my mom's friend got hers for her child at Checker store. So I do believe that it is anywhere possible where you can get your magazines as well. So yeah, with no further ado, from me to you, I'd love to say don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, darling, but it's okay. Is peace, love and happiness. Mwah! Bye.